Howdy folks, Chuck Schiele here, again, Making Music Magazine with another artist spotlight. Today we are here with Avery Head, who is a master of the bagpipes, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the world of bagpipes. How you doing, Avery?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thanks. How long have you been playing the bagpipes?
About 60 years.
Wow, you're probably getting pretty good, getting the hang of it now?
What did Pablo Casals say? He says, there's always room for improvement.
I'm glad I asked that. I was being a wise guy there when I asked it, but now now I intended it seriously. So I met you several years ago in Syracuse, New York at the Landmark Theater, was it? The Landmark Theater, and we were playing a Beatles show, and we had the privilege of playing with none other than Denny Laine from Wings, Paul McCartney's Wings, who was in town for the show, debuting the Mull of Kintyre here in the United States, not just New York, the United States, the first live appearance by an actual writer of the song, co-writer of the song. And we both got to participate in that take because of the heavy influence of bagpipes on that. That's where we met. Do you remember that show?
Oh, very well. How could I forget it?
Right. It was a lot of fun, right?
That was a lot of fun.
Quite a production to get. How many bagpipers did we have on that show?
I think we had 14
14?
pipers. Yeah, and then we had about 6 drummers.
Right. I remember that. Yeah, and that was cool. So we got to do something historic, actually, as minor as it might be. Here in the States, that song is a big deal in England. It's kind of like it's in every jukebox and every pub, and everybody sings it with their pints and all that stuff, and we got to play that. So that's kind of cool. So with what drew you to the bagpipe to begin with?
What's that?
What drew you to become a bagpipe player?
I was in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a friend of mine that we were good friends, and he played bagpipes, and I thought that would be pretty neat. My mother's side of the family is very Scottish, and I thought it would be a really unique opportunity.
Cool. So are there different, I don't know anything really about them other than the basics. Are there different, like keys and kinds and bass or soprano?
Yeah,
Or
there's quite a few different kinds of bagpipes.
mm-hmm.
Bagpipes are played really all over Europe and the Middle East. Every country has their own type of bagpipe, practically.
Mm-hmm.
That's played, and in Scotland and Ireland there are several different types of bagpipes. On Riverdance, if you're familiar with Riverdance, the bagpipe that's played on Riverdance and featured in a few numbers is called an Ilian pipe, and it's a bellows pipe and has chords backing up each of the notes. And it's a fairly difficult instrument to learn because you not only have the fingering, but you also have a set of keys on the chanter that you have to use to get different chords for different notes. And it's like your thumb is a versatile type thing that you often have to hit more than one or two keys at the same time.
I see.
To get the proper chords.
So show us yours. Tell us about the kind that you have. I take it yours is traditionally Scot?
This is what they call the Great Highland Bagpipe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a
I love instruments. I just love how physics dictate what they look like.
yeah.
They're like their own art.
Yeah. So this is the chanter. I don't know if you can see this.
Mm-hmm. I can.
The chanter has a series of holes on it There are 8 holes, which make 9 notes. And there are 3 drones, and the drones, they're all tuned to the same tone, and they provide a background harmonic, and with each of the notes on the bagpipe scale, so that you think you're hearing a chord.
What is the drone note?
Well, the bagpipe is generally tuned on the piano scale. It's tuned to about a B flat.
Okay.
And all the drones are tuned to B flat. The tenor drones are an octave higher than the bass drone. The bass drone being the long one, tenor drones being the shorter ones.
Mm-hmm.
So. But yep.
Cool.
So that's just to give you an idea. The bag used to be made of leather,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's made of Gore-Tex, essentially. And it's a material that will breathe moisture, but not air.
It will breathe moisture?
It'll breathe moisture, but not air.
Explain that. What does that mean?
Well, that means
Yeah.
that when you're blowing in your bagpipe, you're putting a lot of moisture into the bag.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a leather bag, essentially you need to have something to absorb that moisture and pass it through the leather.
Mm-hmm.
In which case they used to use lanolin and honey as a seasoning to help absorb all that moisture. With Gore-Tex, you don't have to put all that gooey stuff in your bag, and that helps keep things all clean, keeps your reeds from getting all messy. The reeds, give you an idea. This is what a chanter reed looks like.
Mm-hmm.
It's a double reed, sort of like an oboe reed, or more similar to a bassoon reed in shape. Okay, so that when you play, it's quite loud, which is one of the reasons why the bagpipe is used outdoors a lot.
Yeah.
Got quite a military history, because it's loud enough to call the troops to battle, so to speak.
Right. Yeah, not necessarily the instrument mom tells you to go to your room to play because it doesn't really work. Yeah.
Right.
Go to Jimmy's house or something. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
But my main interest these days is, I used to do a lot of performing, and now I do more teaching. And when we learn to play the bagpipe, it's interesting. On the bagpipe, it's different from other instruments. You learn to play on a different instrument. You have to learn the fingering, and you have to learn the fingering very well. So we have what we call a little practice chanter. I don't know if you can see this. All right, so. And with bagpiping, you'll have to learn the fingering, so each note has a different fingering, just like any other instrument. But and with bagpiping, we do not have sharps and flats. Each note is a true note, so to speak. So, but we do embellish. We embellish the notes with a bagpipe because the tone is constant. It's a constant tone. You can't play soft or loud. There's only one volume on the bagpipe, that's loud. And so instead of instead we embellish the notes with grace noting. And when we learn to play the bagpipe, you have to learn sets of embellishments. So we have the doubling, which means you double the note. Or we have more complex movements that are grips or pluralist. And the grip is and played fast. Then we have that's a 3-note combination. Then we have a 4-note combination called a torloeth. And played fast. And in order to learn to play those embellishments quickly and cleanly, that takes a year or two of really good practice for the novice person.
Good.
And then, of course, then you graduate to the bagpipe. And in the bagpipe, you have to learn to blow and squeeze and integrate that with playing with your hands, which makes it really interesting.
So I have a question. So your instrument that you're showing us now is a B flat instrument. It comes B flat, and so when you play with other bagpipers, do they all have to have a B flat instrument as well in order to play together, or do you guys make E flat and B flat happen together or anything like that? I mean,
well, we can play in harmony.
Yeah.
But a good bagpipe band sounds like one bagpipe.
Okay.
In other words,
I'm trying to do that in my head. The times I've witnessed bagpipes, how that is. Yeah. So generally, everybody's together in the same key, not harmonizing. They're just all.
Well, yeah, a good bagpipe in order for good. Well, it's just like tuning your guitar or a piano. If the notes aren't well tuned, the harmony sounds terrible.
Sure.
And it's just like if we had more than one guitar player, and one guitar player is really out of tune, the other one was in tune, it would be terrible.
Oh, come on, man! You're saying that guitar players play out of tune?
Oh, never.
It happened once. Is there anything else about the bagpipe that we can know while we have you here today?
Well, it's a unique instrument, and our performance venues aren't prolific, let's put it this way, but there are a number of really good groups like the Red Hot Chili Pipers that are very entertaining, and a really good bagpipe band like a world championship bagpipe band is, I think, very entertaining. And if one associates themselves with really good bagpiping, I think they would enjoy the music. I've played with Syracuse Brass Ensemble. I've played with a couple of different concert bands in a number of different venues, and it's always fun to play with other instruments in the classical or jazz setting. So
cool. Very good. Okay, folks. Well, if you had a good time, make sure you check out Avery. He's you can find him out there online here and there. And make sure you hit our like button on this video, subscribe to our newsletter, subscribe to our YouTube, hit us on all our social media channels. We're everywhere all the time. Make sure you keep practicing, make sure you keep making music, keep playing, and have a great day. Thanks again, Avery.
okay, thank you.